Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Next Level, your local home for all things video games. I'm your host, Eddie the Fishman Fisher, joined again by Brandon DeVille.
What's up?
Hey. And there's Mark Zimmerman.
Hey now.
I meant to say that all spooky. I forgot, because, you know.
Oh, that's right, Wednesday.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween. You guys got Halloween plans?
Not really.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it does every year, apparently, on Halloween now.
You know, I saw Dex last year,
Yeah.
walking around. I was like, I think he's like over here.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny seeing him. I don't see him very often at all.
He pops into the store once in a while. He's doing well, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't benefit anything from my kid getting candy because I can't eat it. So.
Oh, no, that's so good. Guys, I eat all of it.
That's the best part, though, is
Steal my candy. Yeah.
4 kids trick-or-treating. That's 4 bags full candy, and...
So
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, I do.
Do your kids
My son was
come
actually
home with
mentioning
like just giant
Our,
not sleeping bags? That'd be a lot.
They use pillowcases.
Yeah,
but
pillowcases.
People actually come from all around Grand Haven and Spring Lake
Oh,
to
yeah.
actually trick-or-treat in our neighborhood. Because we've got like
It's all the rich people.
We've got the full
Full-size candy bars,
the full-size candy bar houses, and one of the older couple that lives, they're connected to the what's that, like the little not Cheetos, but they're light Cheetos that are made in Grand Rapids, like the little orange
Right something.
They're like
cheesy poofs.
I don't know, but
Right.
they give away like
balls.
bags of those and stuff. And one guy, he gives away beer to all the dads in the neighborhood. They're trick or treating, so it's a good time.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's a good beer, but does he give away good beer?
It's Bud Light usually, so
So-
I'll drink it, whatever. Not my preferred go-to, but it's all right.
What is your preferred go-to beer?
It depends on the mood. Usually it's Michelob.
Okay.
So
I know what.
hey, there you go.
But hey, someone will appreciate it.
It's good. Very tasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably just toss on the Proton Pack again this year and
Just
Make
wow
sure
the
nobody
crowd.
touches it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they were last year.
Don't touch my Proton Pack.
Get
But
out of
we've
here.
got a-
Do
we've
you
got a-
understand what kind of prop this is?
We've got either a fireman or dash. My youngest can't make up his mind yet on that.
Okay.
And we got a mermaid, Catwoman, and then Benny is like, I don't know what, it's like this big giant blow up suit.
Just like a sumo.
It's like this blue blow up suit. He wears a blue mask over his face. I don't know what it's supposed
Is he
to
the
be.
girl from Willy Wonka?
It's almost like that. That's how it looks when she gets sucked up the tube. Yeah. Or no,
Weird.
the one that chews the gum, the blueberry girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he's that, whatever that is. So it'll be fun.
What? Okay.
What's your son gonna be? Is he gonna be
He's
Roblox?
He's a shark.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
nice.
Yep. Just a little baby
Daddy
shark.
dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. My son. So we bought him. He had a fireman's jacket, and we were like, "Oh, he's gonna love this." He's got a hat. He's got boots.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
not
what-
fireman's boots, but they've got trucks on them. It works. And he's got this jacket. He's got a full outfit. And we were like, "Oh, we'll get him a noodle, so it'd be like a hose. Put some water in there." And he decided, he's gonna be Spider-Man again. But before this, because I know a lot of people think that Elise decided to be Spider-Man because she's a copycat, which she is, younger siblings. She wanted to be Spider-Man before she knew brother was going to be Spider-Man. So, of course, now we're all Spider-Man.
There you go.
So,
Just a big old Spoder-Man family.
Spider-Man! So, we'll see how it goes for actual Halloween, but it's probably going to be 3 Spider-Mans.
What's Sarah going to be? Just
Probably
a mom.
a cat.
A mom.
A mom. A very tired
Like a
mom.
3-hole punch. A
Very
3-hole
tired.
punch, like an office for
I
Jim.
did that at work last year because I never think of costumes ever.
Yeah.
This is 2004, by the way. I made this, and I didn't have enough fabric to do it right, and I rushed it. So I noticed today that my it's crooked. Doesn't matter. But
good.
the what was it? Last year I just did 3-hole punch me. Like, The Office. And the year before that, I was wearing this underneath like a shirt, and I changed my name tag to Peter. So, clever.
Very clever. Very original.
Yeah, no, there's not a bajillion costumes just like that for Superman at all. I don't know. Everyone's that costume.
Everybody loves Spider-Man.
They should. He's the best. Oh man, speaking of Spider-Man, did you guys? Probably not. Probably no one's. I feel like no one's talking about it, but they showed off the new suit for the new movie. It's like black.
Oh, the black one.
Yeah, it's red and black, and it's got cool gloves and
Wasn't
a white
that the
spider
one
on the back.
Wasn't he just on Jimmy Kimmel?
That's where it
wearing
was.
that?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's where they showed it.
Yep.
What a weird. That was weird, actually, on Jimmy Kimmel
He
because
gets all that weird stuff now.
Well, it was just like the reaction was like, "Oh, hey, it's Spider-Man."
But
Wow,
it was
aren't
actually
you
Tom
on a
Holland
movie?
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he did a flip at the end, like getting all excited. It's kind of cool.
Who, Jimmy did or Tom Holland?
No, Tom.
Oh,
Tom.
Yeah. Woo! I don't think Jimmy Fallon did flip.
Right. So any cool thing? So Mark, actually, speaking of Spider-Man, you finished it, right?
I did.
How do you feel about that
shotgunned
ending?
it, and I actually got all the backpacks.
Yeah, you gotta.
I got all the Black Cat lookout posts.
Yep,
and
because
I
you got
got
a cool
all
suit
the
for that.
and I got all the landmarks. Just
I didn't do
easy,
the landmarks.
easy trophies.
Do you get
so-
anything for the landmarks at all,
No,
or
just you get a trophy,
okay?
but no suit. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And you're way more into Spider-Man than I am and ever have been, but I know enough to at least enjoy the overall story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Which I think they did a good job.
they
Like,
did because
you
even
don't
like a
have to
layman
know
like me
deep
was,
lore,
yeah,
but you can follow this arc
yeah.
well.
There were some things that I think Easter eggs I saw that I'm like, oh, okay, but I think,
like in Norman's house.
but like there's like a couple characters that are just kind of one-offs that you meet.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in a Mary Jane scene, especially, or like when you play as Mary Jane, where you
I'm trying to think of what.
the big guy, and the biker.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I didn't know who that was until
It's
the game.
weird because
and I
he's
looked
not-
on the wiki, and it's like, oh, it's not a big deal. But-
Tombstone, like, cause
I didn't wanna
he's
say
like
his name
he's
and
like two
spoil it,
missions in
but-
the game. He's like not a big deal at all. It's basically some one-off side thing. It
Yeah.
feels like, but
Yeah.
his thing, being a biker dude, feels so out of place.
It does
Because like
it did.
he's always very hoity-toity mobster man.
Because that's the thing. Like I looked him up on the wiki, and it didn't
Yeah.
mention a biker really at all. He had like
No.
these nice suits on, and he was just So
Weird.
But no, I really enjoyed it. It was
The ending though,
The
right?
ending was. I was expecting one of two things to happen. One did happen.
And it
The other
just
the
broke
other
your
one,
heart.
it was pretty sad. It was sad. The other one that I thought was going to happen didn't, but they're still alluding to it in the next game.
Dude, I tell you what, the
There's
way
a
that
lot
they
of stuff going-
cliffhanger
there's a lot of
that
stuff going on.
you saw the after credits thing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So like I figured what they were doing with that character, which we'll keep, whatever, because it's an awesome game, you should play it. But what I thought they were going to do with that character was not at all what happened, but it kind of was. I can't get into specifics without spoiling it, but
I actually have a question about that because I want to.
so many things I could.
I'll ask you off the air, but
Yeah.
because I assume one character will be somebody, and the second character is going to be someone that we wouldn't think he would be, maybe. And that's what I have a
But
question
depending
about,
on but depending on which shows you've watched, it all makes sense.
That's
It's
true,
weird.
too.
And like
Yeah.
which comics you've read, I've got a lot of like this could make sense if this or that.
Yeah.
Like they pulled from some lore that is from different spots, and I think they've crafted their own thing with it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Did you beat it yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
probably
even
where
like
I
as-
was
as-
last time. I just
Even
had
like
no
as
time to
a
play.
Spider-Man kind of lay person, there are a few scenes toward the end where
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, like what?
The arc that they've pulled for that
Yeah.
game was well thought out, because like at first
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, it's about the Kingpin, it's about the power vacuum. All the marketing is talking about one thing,
Yeah.
and it just goes in a different direction.
There was like one kind of major loose end I'm still kind of wondering about that maybe I just missed. I'll ask you again after the show. But,
Yeah.
But there was one part. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say too much. is a certain character? I mean, people know he's in the game, right? The Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's
Otto.
Yeah, he's
We-
in the game all the time.
Right, but people know he's in. I mean, it's not like a spoiler saying Otto was in the game. Doctor
No,
Octavius. Okay, but there was one part, kind of about halfway through, where he finally perfects what he's working on,
Yeah.
and they show him like standing next to the apparatus, and you kind of see.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, oh man, like I was like fist pumping and stuff, and it was really cool.
See, I loved seeing like when you're in Norman's home, you
Yeah.
see 3 masks, and it's like, oh, these are actually like the 3 goblins. Like, oh, it's Norman, it's Harry, it's Demon.
You actually put one on too.
Can you?
Well, that's the security one. I thought would eventually become a goblin mask, right? That you see the wall with.
I'm trying to think of what you're talking about.
There's like a
You
hidden.
put one on?
Yeah, there's I don't know if it's a goblin mask, but it's like this mask where she puts it on and you can see something in the wall. I'm assuming that would eventually be was tech that would eventually become a goblin mask.
I forgot about that, but there's actually like
Well, you can actually
like
see the other
masks.
masks.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I just plowed through it and
Yeah, and
but that's I want to go back though. I'm actually playing Red Dead. I'm like, man, I want to go back and play some more Spider-Man.
especially because a traversal in Spider-Man is way more fun.
It's really good. It's really good. And you start getting those upgrades, and you got the faster web swing, and I didn't even know there was an air brake until like the last third of the game I was playing it.
There's an air brake.
Yeah, you like it's circle and down the stick, and he'll actually just stop and like spin around. Like it's just he stops like right away.
How does that look?
It looks really good.
Okay.
Like he'll just come to a
that.
dead stop and
Did
just
you like
drop.
put his hands up in the air like a soap
He the animation almost looks like he puts another web out and he just pulls on it and he just stops in mid swing.
Huh.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually intentionally didn't buy a couple upgrades because I didn't. It's so stupid. So you know how you get the web zip and then you press X to bound off of it?
Yeah.
I didn't buy the upgrade for that because I didn't want the like area of effect of stuff. I was like,
that's
I
kind
just
of
want
cool
this to
too. It
look
does
neat
that.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you check out the DLC for it?
No, I want to pick that up because I think the Black Cat relationship with Spider-Man's cool, and I've heard it's good, but I've also heard it's really short.
I've heard it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Tops. Yeah.
And what is it like?
What was it? It was like
Well, it's
25 or 30
$25,
bucks.
but you
Yeah,
get all
25
three
bucks for all
packs.
3 packs.
Oh,
that's not
that's
bad.
not so bad.
I don't think you can buy it piecemeal yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a pack October, I think November, December, isn't it?
I think so.
So it's content that's coming
Right.
really soon. It's not like you're waiting 6 months to play new content.
Okay.
But I've heard it, like you said, it was supposedly very short, but very good at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like Mark was saying with Red Dead, it's like there's just a meme online, and I think it's from a comic of Peter walking off with the Spider-Man suit in the garbage.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
it's
the cover.
Spider-Man game by the garbage, and then he has Red Dead in his hand.
Aw.
He's walking out.
But no,
That's
I'm
kind of
pretty
how
excited
it is,
for the sequel.
unfortunately. I mean, I really want to play it, and like Mark did, he just kind of shotgun through it. But
It's a long
Honestly, though,
campaign,
man,
too.
Like I would say with Spider-Man, you just should.
I
Like
know.
the side stuff really is just for, hey, do you want to get costumes? Because like they don't have any bearing on
or
anything.
if you want the platinum as well.
But every time
Yeah.
something like flashes on the screen to go do, like other than the main mission, you're like, I gotta go do that.
Yeah, I broke that habit a
can't.
little bit
I
in
did.
because like you realize it's like, oh, I guess I'll go stop crimes.
Right.
But there's a lot of side stuff in there that just like didn't have any big meaning
Right,
or
yeah.
something, like so it was easy to just plow through the main story and the rest of it's like you come back to this because why wouldn't you?
Right.
Like it's still the city or whatever. But
Yeah, the last third of the game, I would be like actually swinging over the red icons on the map, and I just kept
Yeah.
going. Like,
well, at a point the
gotta
city's
go,
just like
gotta go.
falling apart.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop it
Yeah.
all. You got to stop the main threat.
That was a little weird. I don't know. It just had a weird like feeling to it during
The-
that last third of the game, where it's all just kind of like
Chaos ensuing.
chaos. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Batman too, Arkham City. But yeah, really, really good game.
So I gotta ask, what was the other one I was gonna ask you about? 'Cause it was Spider-Man. Oh, Soul Calibur. Did you play that one?
A little bit.
Not a whole
I've
lot?
dabbled a little bit in it.
Okay.
Not, yeah.
I don't know. The listener to the show, if you're listening now, Mr. Jason Jordan has been putting out. He's been doing character creations. I think almost
There's some really
exclusively.
good ones out there.
Dude, this guy made Dart
Yeah.
and Isaac and all these guys from all these games, and they look pretty good.
Yeah.
That character creator is pretty intense.
The one thing that annoys me about the creator so far, I've noticed, is that certain items, like in some games, like this hairstyle A B C D, you like select it and it just shows up on the screen automatically,
right?
like as a preview. This game, you actually have to click the button and it has to load.
Oh,
Then you look at it and like I don't like that. And you click on the next one. So
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
like all the like EA Sports games and stuff too. There's a whole lot of lag and in like the wrestling games too. It just takes forever to go through a menu to check something.
I'll probably go back and dabble a little bit in it. But it came out that Friday, and that was that time I was trying to like beat Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
So from that Thursday to like that Tuesday, the week of Red Dead,
Right.
whenever I had any free time to game, I just was playing
Got through
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some really
had to finish
interesting
it,
things
so.
about Soul Calibur with like
It's fun.
the
It's
new
it's
the new
good.
mechanics and
Yeah.
such. But
I'm not really deep enough yet to really comment
well, we'll check back.
properly on
We'll
it.
check
Yeah,
back then.
so we'll see.
Anything else though that you've messed
I
with?
think I
or-
mentioned a few weeks ago I finished Tomb
I mean,
Raider.
minus Red
I got
Dead,
the
of
completion
course.
of that. Yeah, Red Dead is. I have not played as
We'll get into it.
anywhere near as much as I would like to so far, but
Okay.
Spider-Man was definitely thumbs up. It's
Nice.
Oh my gosh, it was really good. It was really good.
How about you, Brandon?
I played Dark Souls on the Switch.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's Dark Souls on the Switch. I mean,
I've heard a lot of mixed things
it's
about
not
that.
spectacular. The
Yeah.
button layout's kind of weird because like they have the A and B's
And it's
like,
just in
mixed
menus?
up in the menus. Yeah, so if
Okay.
you're used to playing the Switch and hitting A to select, you're gonna have a bad time because it's
Well-
the B button is actually select in the menus.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
the other
it's
way
like
around. I thought it was like
backwards.
people were mad because in the menus A was select and B was
No.
back.
No,
I was like, oh, I'll be fine.
it's like how normal buttons would be in like a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Okay, that
So-
has thrown me off before because
Yeah.
Shovel Knight did the same thing, and I was like, ooh, that's weird.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it looks really good. I would
Nice.
say it's probably not on par with the PS4 or Xbox One version, but you got to sacrifice for portability a little bit.
Yeah,
but-
like graphically, is it closer to that?
yeah,
Because I know the frame rate is half.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as like the PS3 and 360 versions.
Okay.
It's improved quite a bit. So, but I
Nice.
just played it in handheld. I didn't hook it up on TV.
Okay.
But so played that a little bit. Picked up Mario Party. That's all right.
Okay.
I mean, the caveat is again you have to hold the controllers
Yeah.
with the Joy-Con sideways. You can't do portable handheld mode unless you want to
There's-
tabletop it.
No pro support either, correct?
No pro controller
Well, it
support,
seems
which
like
is a
it's
bummer. But
because of how they want to handle
the
things
mini
with
games,
The
yeah,
mini
the
games.
mini
yeah,
games.
they're
but
different.
I think you still could.
Yeah. I mean, they're so simple. It's not like
because
requiring intense.
the Pro controller has whatever they call their Rumble,
It is
Gyro,
HD
HD
Rumble,
Rumble,
right?
Has gyro. I mean, it has
so-
everything that the Joy-Cons have.
Yeah.
But I
So-
will still say that game still sucks when it comes to having no. That game is all about luck. It has
Yeah.
nothing about skill because when I played it single player, I had all of the mini games beat, had the most coins in the game, but I never landed by a star. So I
That's how
never
it
got
works.
any stars. And guess what? At the end, when you get the bonus stars, it's all random too, which
Yeah.
the bonus stars you get. So if I would have been like, oh, the most mini game wins, I get a star. Oh, the most coins. No, it was who landed on the bad luck spots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who
Well, see-
lost the most coins.
And
it's
I
like,
like that.
ah.
I like that they randomized the bonus stars because before, when there was only the 3,
Yeah, you knew.
you
what
just
they're
kind of
gonna
knew
be.
what to go for in the
Right.
interim. But now it's like, hey, this
Who
is
used the
this
most
is a random.
items.
Yeah.
It's still a good game, but I just
It's kind of back
It's-
to form.
yeah, it's better than the Wii U games. It's back to kind of like the old school, you
What,
know.
7 and before.
Yeah, Wii and GameCube. There's a really awesome
Or I
mini
guess,
game.
8 and before. Except for
Yeah.
8 was similar.
There's an awesome mini game called Slapperazzi where you have to. It's a circle and there's little platforms and
Slap a Razzi. Okay,
Slapperazzi, yeah. And
thought you
they,
said
I
something
can't think
else.
of what character it
did
is,
you
but
think?
I thought you said slap a Nazi.
No,
Like,
no, no.
In Mario Party, what?
I don't remember what characters they are with the cameras, but the camera guys will jump up on these little platforms and you have to run up and you have to slap all the other players out of the way so you're in the center of the
Oh,
film
yeah.
in the picture. And whoever is in the center of the picture gets the most points and then second most is second.
sounds
and
kinda cool.
third. Yeah, so it's just crazy because you're just slapping people out of the way. So that was fun. I finally beat Mario Odyssey. I stretched it out as long as I possibly could. That ending is really crazy.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
over the
hold on.
top.
It's
Did you
good,
beat,
though.
Did you beat like just the main story, right? You
The
didn't
main
get the
story.
500 stars to get the
no,
new. Okay.
No. I think I ended at like 250 or 300.
Gotcha.
So
And
you-
I thought
that-
I was doing well with picking up stuff, and then I looked online, and there's like over 100
There's-
or under over 1,000 stars.
Well, you can get up to 999.
Okay.
But there's not that many actual stars.
Oh, okay.
If I recall correctly, because a lot of them are like, well, there's that many stars,
Yeah.
but you buy them. Like, so
yeah,
not all of them are
the
earned.
bot. Yeah,
The default ending is the Bowser ending.
yeah, where you
right?
play
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Bowser.
Okay. Yeah.
And I
Well,
was like, oh wow, that's crazy. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I would say like that ending super rad.
Oh, it's
But
cool.
then like when you get to the part where they go, I guess we'll just hang out,
Yeah,
bro.
we're just
Right.
buddies.
Because the lady doesn't want either of us.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Princess Peach, whatever, man.
Right.
You know, she's a woman. She don't need no man.
Hmm.
But then they're just like, well,
Well, we'll hang out.
And we'll just kind of slapstick each other here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, I just wanted to stretch that game out as far as I could because I love playing that game.
It was good. Yeah.
Now after beating it, you're like, I kind of, I don't know if I really want to play it
That's how I feel about
and
stuff.
get other
like,
stars. Like,
like even
or
with
other moons.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Like I just reinstalled it because I haven't seen it in 4K yet, and I was like, I want to see this before Red Dead takes over and see it with all the updates that they said they would never do but did. And I was like, this is cool. And I started playing. I was like, yeah, this is great. And I was just like, I don't have a drive to go figure out what missions I didn't have done because I beat the game. I did everything. I saw like the full ending and got it. Like when I beat a game, I typically never go back and finish it.
and that's why I didn't want
Or,
to
like,
do that with
completely
Mario
complete
because it's
it.
like, I want to go back and play this and I
Yeah.
want to just go through. But like the
No, it's a game you can just pop in every so
Yeah.
often, grab a few moons and moons.
Yeah,
and-
moons.
the little food area was kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Little
fun.
level. So
That was my least favorite level in that game.
Really?
I thought that was kind of silly.
Yeah.
What was your favorite level in the game?
The city one.
Oh, yeah.
okay. See,
New Donk.
New Donk was
That
good,
was
man.
awesome. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah,
I like that one with the caterpillar guys. You get to be one of those.
Or you had this, yeah.
yeah. What a
Yeah.
weird game.
Yeah.
What was that one too? It was like it had like the metal cages and stuff. Like it was like a grassy thing
You talking about like in the
in the main game. It was I forget what kingdom it was. But
Mm.
the one where you got to
I'm
be
not-
like the little bug that was
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
for all those.
I didn't like
the
that.
one
I
where
didn't like
stretchy
that
legs.
Yeah, the underwater one was cool too.
that was good.
Yeah,
I like
that was
one.
actually nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, a new donk is. That's the best one.
we needed two. If you're listening,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh, they'll do it. Well, they'll probably make that new 2D one first at
Right.
some point. Because they got that port of the
They-
new
Super
one.
Mario Brothers.
The
That's
new
such a
Mario.
weird port to me because like I mean it's
Eh,
good on
eh.
them. They
Oh,
needed-
we have a 2D Mario game on the
Yeah.
Switch now. That's
Yeah.
why they're doing it.
yeah. It's weird. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, they lost their momentum. They already got Mario and Zelda, and I was like, yeah, but
No.
I mean like
There's a lot. They could
Metroid's
do.
coming, Smash is
Right.
coming. We'll see another Mario. For me, all this means is we'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
another Mario and another Zelda on this system probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, hopefully this new Zelda is like
A little
going
more of a
back
dungeon
an
game.
homage. Go back and maybe even almost a top down.
I'd do a top down.
Link to the
Yeah.
Past 2.
Yeah,
Which was
well, that's what I'm
basically,
saying. Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I like the
A
open
new
world.
top down would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, the open world is cool. It's just, I want something more nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to take everything about that amazing world of Breath of the Wild, but because like I remember when they talked about it, like, oh, there's multiple ways to get into dungeons and blah blah blah, and that didn't really pan out.
And turn it
'Cause it
into a
was-
Zelda 2 style game.
But like,
Don't go in the
imagine if it was like they go back and there's 8 temples.
I am.
There are multiple ways to get into the temple based on which one you went to first and which items you have, but you play it like a Zelda temple.
Yeah.
Like I want to see more of that.
Mm.
And I thought the stuff that they had was great and it was cool and I loved how they handled that stuff, but it was like I want better bosses. So the bosses in that game were kind of weak.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I want more dungeon-esque stuff because like the dungeons in there too are a little bit different in design because they weren't like surefire like you do this and this happens. It was
Right.
like kind of playing around with physics a little bit in
Yeah.
some spots.
Yeah, like you said, it wasn't like oh, I have to go here to get this item first before I can go to this dungeon and
Yeah.
do this because I don't have bombs yet.
And that doesn't bother me necessarily, but like
right.
that was when they first pitched it. That was my idea. Was like, oh, if I found this one in the woods, and say it was Dungeon 3, like it was an original Zelda,
Mm.
which is kind of what they were going for with Breath of the Wild. It's like, okay, well, why? Like, okay, you get there and you need bombs to get in there, but if you had a hook shot, you could go up top and start from the top and go down or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
too. I picked up that that Requiem, the Castlevania.
Oh yeah,
Super solid.
and
It's really good.
is it weird to have all those voices though?
It is.
Changes.
It's still really corny.
Okay.
The punctuation is really bad too, but the original PS1 voice work with Richter and Dracula at the beginning it's the PSP version of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's all different. It's still really campy, but the game is really good. It's
Good.
just it translated very well. There's only 2 modes. There's like a 4x3, I guess, with a full border around it,
Mhm.
and there's a side So it's like not a full screen, but it's like top to bottom with a side wallpaper on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that actually looks a little rougher than the smaller condensed box does. But the game is just, it plays so well. Super solid. $15. Totally worth it.
I would probably do it for Bloodlines, right?
Rondo of Blood.
Rondo of Blood. There we go. But from what I've been hearing about Symphony of the Night, it's almost like it's not as good as the one they put on XBLA. The Xbox Live Arcade.
Well, Live Arcade is like, it's a straight port of the PS1.
But like more
version.
Options for it is what I've been hearing, or
I don't know. Not that I've really noticed. It's got a quick save. It's got everything's there. The menu system's there.
Okay.
I mean, the initial upgrades were there. It's.
So I've just heard I've heard of complaints more than I have positives. So like it's good to I don't know like I trust your judgment more than I would like a bunch of grumpy people. From the
and
industry.
of course too. I play that game with kind of rose tinted glasses as well. Maybe I'm just not honing in on this looks or whatever. Or like what are
those
you hearing
menus
about
look
it?
super horrible. Like the beginning menu.
Well, they always have.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I mean like just like flipping through it, it's like wow, this is such a mess. But whatever, as long as I can play it and it looks fine.
It plays really well. I was actually a little worried about it being a PSP port, but it's definitely well done.
Good.
Yeah, really good.
You guys want to talk about this Red Dead? It's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Sure.
No.
Hold
I'm
on,
just kidding. No, let's
Game
forget about
sucks.
it. No.
Let's talk about the. We got to talk about it just like the main character talks. Well, you know.
Yeah, I'm still not really. I'm still not sold on his on the voice work yet. It's not. I don't know.
I think everyone sounds fine, but Arthur Morgan just really. I'm like a.
Now there you get that deer. Yeah, I don't know. It's he sounds great. I mean, it's a good because Rockstar now at this point in time they don't really go after the big name voice actors. Like GTA 5 was a couple of not
Random guys on the
total
street.
unknowns.
We
but
found this hobo and was like, "Hey, you want to be Trevor?"
What's the guy's name? Is it Steven?
I don't know.
The guy that did Trevor. He's in a lot of stuff now. He got a lot of TV and movie work because of it. Yeah, and that's one of the guys. I mean, you can't watch him in anything without. It's Trevor, you know. But yeah, no, I'm very impressed so far.
How far did you get?
Oh, I'm very, very. I just got the Valentine,
Okay,
and
I
that's
think
it.
that's where I'm at
Yeah.
too. The
That's
first town you go
the first
to.
major camp.
Yeah.
well, I was
That's where
hoping
I
you
got
guys
to
at
as
least
well.
got there because I feel like it's a slow start.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And-
it is. It is.
This is the
in
I
the
can
snow, and it's like.
yeah. When you compare this game to Grand Theft Auto 5, I was like, man.
going.
Well, Grand Theft Auto 5 just comes right out the door. You're
yeah.
shooting cops in the face. You're saying the F word every 2 seconds. You're just blasting people away. And this game really starts out very slow. But I think it also gives you that feeling of disparity that they have at the beginning.
That's what.
Because they're just like at this moment where they're like, okay, we tried to get away at Blackwater. You know,
it's
because
so
it got
mysterious
messed
what
up.
happened
Something
there.
got
Like-
messed up.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
Roger was telling me too, because he's quite a bit further.
Mhm.
But he was saying, unlike GTA 5, GTA 5 got kind of goofy.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
kind of cartoony.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
But he said so far it's a very the game is trying to tell you like this is gonna be a very serious story.
Right.
You know, it's a
It
very
can still be very mature.
yeah.
It's a very like again like Witcher, that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be over the top crazy
Right.
action. And again, I think that's what people remember. We talked. I don't know if we talked about it on the show the rumors coming out of the GameStop store leader conference.
put
People
people
were
to sleep and
sleeping,
stuff,
and I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, that's what this game. It's not going to be
Well,
over
they showed
the
the guy
top.
hunting. I mean, it wasn't
Right, it's not going to be over the top. It's
Yeah.
it's slow. It's very methodical.
Mhm.
Like you're surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very apparent to me. Like I'm probably a little bit far, not too farther,
Right.
too much farther, but the game is almost like you set up the camp and you're hanging out in the horseshoe area in Valentine, and you're just like, well, go to town, see what's up.
Yeah.
Man, we should probably go hunting.
There's a lot
It's just like
going
hey,
on too, as far as just
Oh, yeah. Because there's different missions.
oh, here's
like,
your
they'll
horse
be like,
stamina. Here's your health
Yeah,
stamina.
yeah.
Hey,
they throw a lot.
push X to keep up the speed with your partner. If the horse's speed's the same as your partner's, it won't use
Right.
stamina. And it's like,
Well, that's always been kind of a thing in
but
GTA.
it's just, but
in Rockstar
still though,
stuff.
it's just like, holy cow!
My thing was like,
there's a lot happening
because
here.
they had all that, but then they would like if you're in a group, like you're in a gang of people, if you double tap X, he'll go one up the lead. If
Yeah.
you double tap R1, he'll go back one, and it's
one.
like
Yeah.
who cares?
Right.
Yeah. The whole X button thing is stupid too. Still,
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see your post about that.
I don't want to start with the complaints, but
Well,
I'll
it's
get
probably the biggest complaint I have so far.
the biggest. Okay, so they fixed part of it, right? Because in the options for on foot,
you can toggle it.
You can make it so you tap X
And
and he will at least jog,
but
which
you
is pretty
still
fast
have to
jog.
jam X
But you
to
have to jam
sprint.
the sprint, yeah, which is completely asinine.
Yeah.
But it's on the horses where it bothers me because your horse is so slow without tapping
Well, it's
that button.
those giant testicles they have.
Yeah.
They got to
When
haul
they-
around with
Oh,
them.
when they go in the water and it's cold, they shrink.
They shrink,
too.
yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah, if it's
No
cold,
way.
yeah.
Yep.
And then while you're like in a serious scene, like, oh, don't worry, ma'am, I'll help you out, and your horse is in the background, it's dumping all over the place.
But that's what makes Rockstar so great.
Right.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just details like that you just wouldn't really.
And it's
otherwise,
like, who would need to know about the horse testicles and the water
Yeah,
shrinking?
right.
But they're there.
that's the
They
detail
did
they
it.
put in.
Right.
You know, it's like when you walk through the weeds in the snow, and when Arthur's just kind of pulls his shoulder up. He's walking through them. It's just this stuff like that. Like you can go back to GTA 5. Just a level of detail that I still find in that game after 5 years.
And it's like
You know?
it's impressive because like it is a 2-disc game. You're installing like 97 gigs or something like that
Yeah.
on PS4.
Yep.
I bet you I think it's the same on Xbox. But you're installing all this data and you realize like, oh, I know why, because none of the foliage is popping up in front of me. I don't
Right.
see the line where this is all getting cut
Right.
off and coming into play.
You haven't
and
had
view.
any pop in. Like, if
Yeah,
you look
none
off
of
into
it.
the distance, you still see stuff that looks like it's actually there.
What are you?
Yeah.
You're playing on the Pro,
I'm playing the Pro.
and then
Yep.
I got the base.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you're on the base. So how is that performing for you?
I think it's great.
Totally fine.
I mean, I've seen a few like frame rate dips here and there,
nothing
but
bad, though.
graphically, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I was pouring over that like 2-hour Digital Foundry
Yeah.
review. They not review, but like that write up they did with it, and
There's
There's-
two things that would
there's a
make
lot
me get it on
going
the
on.
X if it wasn't for, I know eventually I'd be playing this with a lot of people on PS4.
is the
And it's-
online.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like when the online drops,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna be
yeah.
playing on Xbox because I only have one friend I know on Xbox who has it.
No.
But like on, it's gonna be like if I almost bought it on Xbox because yes, it does look best on Xbox One X because it's running at true 4K, and the checkerboarding causes some blur on like
the Pro.
textures, but like you don't really notice it.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed it at all.
Though, I mean,
And like the other thing was the oh shoot, what was it? No, I forgot. I don't know.
The one thing that
That's
yeah.
what it was. It was my PS4's louder.
yeah,
That's
yeah. It was like that. Spider-Man was the same way though.
yeah, exactly. God of War,
The-
all of it.
The
I don't
weird,
hear it. I don't hear it. Not worth it to me.
It's because it's not working hard enough, right?
I'll take the small downgrade in visual quality
Right.
over a jet in my living room.
Yeah, there wasn't any options in the like for performance stuff if you're only running 1080p. I don't think either.
I didn't even check for that.
So-
If you go on Digital Foundry's boards, even different message boards, people have, completely tried every single different option out there on the Pro.
Well,
Even-
usually the Pro,
because
in game
it's
they have
Pro
like
enhanced, so
yeah.
like boost mode won't do anything if you have boost mode turned on in the Pro.
Right.
It's not going to help because it's already a Pro enhanced game to begin with.
right.
The boost mode only works on the older games that
Right.
weren't Pro
So if I
enhanced.
turn boost mode off, does that?
it's
doesn't
not
do
going to
anything.
apparently do any difference at all.
Oh, so like having it on is
Doesn't
not gonna,
help because it's
Well, I
already
mean, but it's not going to do anything negative.
no.
Okay.
But having it
'Cause
on,
I've always had it on.
Yeah, but it's like
you
sometimes
can leave it on, but it's for the older games
Yeah,
that didn't
yeah.
have a
Yeah.
Pro enhanced to begin
and
with.
sometimes in the settings they have like support frame rate or support visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, early on in the game, because there's just so much snow, which I just don't care for that. I just don't.
It looks really
It did
good.
look
looks
really
good.
Like,
It looks
like
good,
the
but
way that they plow through it.
There are parts of that game in the snow where it's like, okay,
It was really blurry.
it was, and that's what's I was actually starting to worry. Like,
Mhm.
okay, this is not looking like I.
Well, I shouldn't say
thought it was
blurry. I
going
should
to.
say like very snowy.
just washed out
Right.
almost.
yeah.
And then you still see some foliage, and it's like, man, okay, I guess this looks all right. And I finally got to
And it's mind-blowingly
like the
better
horseshoe
when you get
area, and
there,
I'm like,
yeah.
and then you go from the snow, and then when you do the train, the first train robbery,
Yeah.
and you start seeing where the snow's melting, you're like, okay. And then you're on the wagon going to Valentine, you're like,
Yeah,
okay, here we go.
It looks
now
good.
it's like, the draw distance, the mountains, everything looks so good.
It's like
So it
every
was more just the-
footprint, every
Yeah.
whatever, like everything is just kind of there. The
I think
details
it's
exist.
just the graphical style and look of the snow was making it look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like all washed out. And
Well, the first home you get to where you're shooting at those guys in the beginning, though,
Hmm.
that I thought that was a good contrast because like
That
the
looked- yeah, that looked
lighting
good
looked
too.
really good
Yeah,
against
the fire and the
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so that brings me to
But the shadows in that game,
complaint
like-
number 2.
Okay.
I think this is really the only other complaint that I have. So I haven't gotten to what do you call that? Dueling, which
Mhm.
my friend he complains about. He doesn't like it.
Hmm.
And because they changed it, I don't even remember dueling in the first Red Dead Redemption, so I don't remember. But
So far, shooting for me too doesn't, like with the rifle especially, it doesn't feel, I guess not I want to say crunchy enough. Like it doesn't feel like
Oh, not like the
snappy
first
enough.
one.
It's just
Yeah.
like it just
Well,
feels
hey-
like with the rifle, he's like even with like that not bullet time,
Deadeye.
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 Yeah.
It just feels kind of sluggish to me.
Well, it's because every single time you're aiming, you have to shoot and then cock it and then
Mhm.
shoot and then
Yeah,
cock
that
it.
could be why.
It's like, oh, because like you can draw your weapon and you can shoot and just pow 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 with your revolver, but your aim sucks.
Yeah.
But when you're aiming, why does he feel like he has to like?
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, it just feels kind of slow.
It's like make that automatic.
yeah.
Why do I have to like pull my trigger 3 times to shoot twice?
I do like the Deadeye though. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get the upgrade to have it be like where I tag the target instead of
Yeah.
I glossed over him and I
Right.
tagged him 3 times.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah.
how you feel about
Yeah.
Red Dead over there?
Great. I thought it was funny when you had to save John Marston.
Yeah,
He was
that
just,
that was one thing too. It's
he
like
was just whining like a little
he's-
baby. and-
He's like creating like you're stupid, you're
yeah,
an idiot,
and he
Like,
hates.
he's so
him.
mean to him.
Yeah. Well, we
Well,
but
don't. I don't know
you
if we
find
really have
out-
a backstory yet.
there's
so.
back-
There's
There's
more.
history
There's
there.
a more obvious
There's
to
a-
find out.
there's more like
His-
it keeps building as far as
His
I
wife
go.
is crying for him.
I
and-
am okay.
yeah.
But there's but very early on.
I got a good chuckle out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there was
like,
that whole mystique about how does his face get all jacked up, you know?
Yeah.
And you find, I won't say,
From
but you
Black
find out
Light,
very early on how he got all cut up. And
I mean,
you're
you can go ahead and say it because I forgot.
Well, I don't.
I just want to know.
I don't. I'll tell you. I don't want to say it. I mean, because it's still so new.
Well, did he get attacked by something,
No,
or did he?
he just
Okay. Okay, that's what I need.
Because when you
know.
find him, he's just like, oh, I fell. You know?
It's the
Yeah.
same voice actor, which I thought
Oh, it
was
is.
fun.
It is. And you're like, that's how his face got all cut up. Like,
Mhm.
What an idiot!
come on, like,
Well, how did he even get up to the top of that hill?
Like, make it somewhat like
I don't.
Yeah, why was he up?
Why was
like
he
a
up
grizzly
there?
bear or something, you know? Like the
Right.
way they did it was like, come on.
Drowns up there, just walking around.
And then when you go up to the top of the mountain, you hear him like, "Hey, hello, hey." And
you out there, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey!
I had to giggle about that. 'cause I've run into 2 like really weird things in that game. One of the scenes I actually saved. I was able to get the video for it to save, but it cut out of a cut scene, and he was like walking in the town, and one of the guys moonwalked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he like moved back to reset because I think he was
Yeah.
supposed to be there, but it was like glitched. So I have that. So I got to save that. I tried to post it to Facebook, but it wouldn't upload. And then the other time I accidentally was talking to the butcher and I drew on him and shot because I must have just pulled right on accident and it just shot him. So and then he falls to the ground and he dies and I run away. Try to get out of there and not be
Because
wanted
you shot the butcher
anymore.
in the town.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I didn't want to be wanted anymore. And then I came back, and the butcher was alive. But when you talk to him, there's a big, huge bullet hole in his chest, and his face was covered in mud. I'm like,
Wow.
what? And he was just talking to me normal, like I didn't just shoot him. I was like, okay.
I actually saw similar. There was a meme I saw on Reddit 2 nights ago. It was really funny. It just said. When you play a new game and haven't figured out the controls yet, and it shows not Albert. Oh my gosh,
Arthur.
Arthur. He
Yeah.
gets off a horse, and the guy playing it like
Punches the
punches
horse.
the horse.
I punched my
and
horse.
the horse
like 2
kicks him and he
times now.
dies. And like it's really funny.
I punched my horse.
I'm like,
a
I've
couple
done that a few
now,
times
yeah.
already. Yeah, I shot the horse that one time. It was
Yeah.
actually during the hunting scene. And
Yeah.
for some reason, I'm just like, bam! And I shot the horse with my double barrel shotgun. And it ran off, and like, oh.
Brandon
man.
saw me fuddling with the controls real bad earlier. I like saved this guy.
He's like,
from
thank you very much, sir. Thank you for saving me.
He shot him.
Cool cocked him.
And he punched him and then strangled him. He was like lifting him up. And the guy like runs off and he's like, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to like chase him. And I was like, L2 square. No, that's the biggest thing about the game, right? Is that you can hold L2.
Many controls.
You can hold L2 and you can interact in so many different ways with everything. But there are so many options.
That's what I meant. Like
Everything.
earlier, I was saying there's just so much going on. It's like it's so deep.
Hey, you have a weapon wheel.
Yeah.
Your horse has a weapon wheel.
And like
you
a
need to,
saddle
every time
bag.
you get off that thing, you need to put the weapons in your
Into
weapon.
your weapon, yeah.
All this
I'm
kind of
amazed
stuff.
there
It's
isn't
just
like a urination. Like your wheel fills up and you got to
Yeah.
go pee, and then you got to get off your horse and go pee and press a button to go pee, and then
Oh, because like you can take a bath because you don't want people
You gotta get your
smelling
shave,
you,
yeah.
and deer
I already
smelling you, or
shaved.
whatever.
I shaved in the
Yeah, I did
camp.
that.
yeah.
But like,
Wow,
taking a bath takes
crazy.
forever.
Right?
I don't
And
want
it
to
costs
do
25 cents too.
that. Yeah, that'd be nice. 50 cents if you want to get a good bath.
Oh really?
No, all she does is come wash you.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Well, you're pretty nice. I bet you see crazy people in there."
You'll have to fire that before
Yeah,
I leave.
yeah.
I want to see it in the 4K, so
Absolutely.
or whatever the 4K is on the Pro.
The checkerboard.
Checkerboard, the vertical checkerboarding.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Did you do the part where the guy like, I know you from somewhere, Blackwater, you're from Blackwater.
Yeah.
And you have to chase him down.
No, I mean, I haven't even gone
Okay.
into Valentine yet.
Oh,
I-
okay,
I'm
when
just
you're
at
in the
I'm at
town.
the first major campsite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I walked around talking to people, and
Yeah.
Doing all your chores, chopping wood and baling hay
Yeah.
to get better
Yeah.
dead eye.
And then after I got done talking to him, I was like, I let him go. I was like, nah, it's okay. And then he turned around and pop, shot him right in the back. And I think he said something like, won't be seeing you around.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that guy, he didn't need to be alive.
yeah. So far, I've been kind of the pacifist. I just like the guys on the train at the
Yeah.
end.
I let
put them back
them
on the
go.
train.
Yeah, I
I
let
just
them
started the train, and
Yeah.
who's
same
going to
here.
stop the train though? They're probably going to die anyway because the train's
Right.
going to eventually probably derail, and I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some instances where you can't really be a pacifist if you choose to take some
Right.
missions on.
Yeah.
'Cause I just feel like that
But I like
character.
that he's like a rough jerk.
yeah, it's different
like an
from Red
honorable
Dead
jerk.
1, where like you kind of had to be like on
You are the
sometimes in
good
the
guy.
you're the good guy. At this point, you're not.
Yeah.
But the way that at least Arthur feels to me is that he's in a bad gang and he knows he's a bad guy,
Right.
but he's not out to do bad. He's like, you done me wrong, I'm gonna punch you.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if you don't do me wrong, it's not like I'm gonna be a jerk to you.
Right. With that guy, I felt like I had to because he blew my cover.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, things
Should've.
are good now. Things are good now. And I'm like, no, they're not. You're going to go tell
Yeah.
somebody.
Well, I hate all those people in that town because like I accidentally click
Yeah.
triangle on the wrong horse. And they're, I'm gonna run up and tell the sheriff, and then
Right.
I get off my horse and they're already there. I'm like, dang it.
And I was just telling Eddie, like, if you bump into somebody in town, they like try to like start something with you. And I was like, if you punch them, then you get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you're supposed to hold L2 and then
Right.
press square to defuse.
but I didn't want to defuse.
Yeah. Wait, then you press circle to antagonize.
I'm a badass.
Yeah.
All I want to do is play cards and kill people.
Yeah. Like I ran into some guy and he's like, "Oh, watch it." And I did the thing. He's like, sorry." And goes, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Like it's cool that townsfolk will interact and you can interact with pretty much everyone.
Mm.
But there was speaking of controls, right? So you haven't done that mission yet, I guess, but there's basically there's a mission where you're saving some ladies and so I knew I was gonna have to go in and kick in this door and beat this guy up. And so I pulled up the weapon wheel, went to my fists, and said, "Okay, I'm gonna just punch this guy." And I kick in the door, and my knife's drawn, and I'm like,
Yep.
"Well, I don't want that."
Yep.
So I pull up the weapon wheel, don't have one anymore. It's
Yep.
just an item weapon wheel. I'm like, "What is going on?"
Mm.
But it's like you have to remember that circles always like punch regardless of what you have. Like circles melee,
Yeah.
but it's like
stabbed
but
him,
circles like
so- Right.
circles like 50 things. But like here's the thing, right? So you stab him, he's dead.
Yeah.
If you punch him, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like he just dies
Same
from
thing,
punching.
yeah.
Come on. So like I was trying to do the honorable thing, just knock him out.
Right.
He's trying to do whatever, but he died.
And in the shop, the innkeep was like, "What's going on up there?"
yeah.
And I
I went-
looked down. There's like a pool of blood. I'm like, "Well, that's gonna."
I went back
make a
to
mess.
so like when I accidentally killed him because I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I ended up restarting it, obviously, but I tried to pick the body up to hide it, and I couldn't even do that, which is weird because you could pick up like
You just leave
everybody.
it, yeah.
Everybody.
Body.
But like when you go back, because I went back to like get a room or that's
Yeah.
where you take a bath or something. He's like, well, I don't know about you being in here, it's causing trouble. He's like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, boy.
It's
That was like the
Yeah.
first guy in the barn that was hiding in the second barn, the first house you go to in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
He's
Take him
hiding in
captive,
there, and then Dutch was just like, do whatever you want, kill him, let him go, I don't care.
Yeah.
So it's like kill, let go, or like punch. I'm like, okay, I'm just like punching this dude,
And then
and then he dies. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
oh, I was hoping just to punch him and then let him go a couple,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
then he just. Because he just kept saying punch, I kept punching him.
I was just hustling some
Yeah.
guy for money. It's like, because it's interesting how these contextual things change, but like mine was like threaten, and it was all this other stuff. So I'm just like threatening this guy, and I have him by the throat, and I'm just like holding him to the ground. I was like, pop, hit him once in the face, like and threaten him again. I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some like there's some cumbersomeness to this game that you have to get used to, and I'm still like, I don't know about the shooting, but it all comes together in this really, really interesting and incredible way. Like, I'm impressed that everything feels like for me, like the gang is there, and you don't for right now, it doesn't feel like I have an overall goal. My goal is to just like, well, we got to figure out something,
Right.
and eventually get the big thing, so we can get out of here. So it's like, I don't know what that is. So we're just kind of doing stuff. We're living life as criminals do.
Yeah, and like we were saying, the story moves along nicely because you have different paths or different missions you can do at different times, and you don't have to do just the same. I mean, obviously, like the same mission. It's on a linear path.
At one point, I think I had like 5 main quests on my screen. Like there's a lot going on, and there's a lot you can do, and none of it feels like we have to do this now. So you can kind of take it as the game presents it, or as you feel makes sense within the role that you're playing. So it's kind of neat.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get more time with it, but
Yeah.
going forward,
Yeah, no, I've sacrificed sleep to do
it's
this.
a bad
and-
time of the year for this game to come out.
Yeah,
So you guys are running out of time, and I'm
This
gaining time.
This should have come out like in
because it's
June.
the opposite for me.
or
Where,
May or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Like the world of banks is like, hey, if you didn't get what you needed by October, good luck, because November, December is boring. Just standing around doing nothing all day.
yeah, probably maybe picks up around not Christmas because of the spending and whatnot. But
I guess not really.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now it's just like, oh golly, it's a little brutal at times because
Jeez.
you like feel the pressure of like, should I be doing more than
Right.
what I'm doing? I can't. I don't know. I forgot to say there was a bunch of other stuff that I checked out too, but it was really just Splatoween, Splatoon 2. That's the only other game I played.
They have like a Jason mask.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, you did the Splat Fest, and then I was playing some DMC because it was on Game Pass. I was like, I gotta just play some character action stuff to just do something mindless and then Red Dead drops and makes me think like 1,000 times to just like talk to someone. So
Speaking of Jason, too, if Eric were here, he'd probably slap me upside the head. But I just, the other day, found out for the first time, I had no idea, Kevin Bacon is in the first Friday the 13th movie.
Huh.
I don't
didn't know that
remember
either.
any of the movies. So
Yeah.
I saw that probably 20 years ago. I never even realized
Yeah.
it. And he's of course in everything ever made. But yeah, I had no idea he was in that first movie.
Yeah.
Like, he gets killed almost right away, but still, I don't know, whatever.
And then going up to Halloween, we're watching Hill House.
what is that?
Hill House. It's on Netflix. It's like a horror film about not horror, but not film series. Kind of like a psychological thriller. About
Okay.
this family living in this house.
There's that
Good.
new one too
Good.
with Sabrina.
Oh yeah,
But it's
yeah,
like
the
really
teenage
super
witch
dark or something.
whatever.
Apparently,
Yeah, it's not
But
the
it's not the
ABC
TV show,
comedy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the actual Sabrina stuff.
Yeah, so just getting ready for Halloween.
We were getting ready for Halloween by playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
We're basically doing a vampire, like Dracula's Castle type campaign. We'll see how that goes. It was kind of fun. There was this one guy though. Before I got there, this dude was drunk and his face was a red.
Nice.
And he downed 7 beers before we started. After I got there, he disappeared at one moment. We thought to go to the bathroom. He just left.
Nice.
just passed out somewhere.
No, his car was gone. So I'm like, I hope he's
that's not good.
alive.
That's fantastic. He's probably in jail.
We'll see. And it's just what he does.
Good
I
for him,
don't
I guess.
Anything else you guys want to say about Red Dead though before we?
Nope.
All
No.
right.
Really
Good
good
so
so
far.
far. Check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, most people probably will already
Yeah,
have, but
Well, it's you guys on the front lines. Red Dead feeling like the bigger release so
Oh.
far this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
absolutely.
Most
Bigger
definitely.
than Call of
Oh.
Duty.
We called it. We said it would be.
I've been saying
Yeah.
that for 6
Yeah.
months. But no, I mean the 9 p.m. launch for Red Dead compared to Black Ops was not even.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And we can barely.
We
keep
had a line
PS4
around the
copies in
store.
stock.
Like literally out the door for Red Dead, and Black Ops was like maybe half of that.
Wow.
And even after like second or third day of Black Ops, they were already hitting the panic button.
Mm-hmm.
So you think we're
Yeah.
gonna see a news article that says that like Red Dead now crushed the record for all these sales?
It might.
Maybe
It might. We'll see.
they can keep those copies in stock.
Yeah. I will say though, I really want to play some Blackout. Like just hearing how much has been kind of worked in that and stuff. I want to check it out. I want them to just release it on its own because I don't care about the rest.
Graphically,
Oh, it's not great.
like what is going on with that? Like, is the whole not to get on this, but it almost looks like it's like this pastel watercolor
A little
look
bit,
to it. Like,
yeah.
is that intentional?
No, I think it's just because they have a lot of players
So on the
a
Pro,
map and-
yours looks like that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the grass is very like one note.
But even like the background, like
Yeah.
it's kind of not blurred
it's,
out,
it's
but it's
faded. It's like washed
yeah,
out.
It's washed out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's,
Call of
it's
Duty's
fun.
Call of Duty's always kind of been washed out.
Yeah.
But this on like a bigger scale, it's like you see it a lot more.
Yeah,
So you guys have that, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
played
don't
it a
have
few
Plus
times.
though.
Oh, okay.
I was playing with Jamie the other
waiting for
night,
that.
and of course I followed him to the power plant. Follow me, and we got trapped inside the power plant, and we got killed by the
Oh, the
whatever
circle.
the circle you ever
Yeah.
call it.
Gotcha.
Well, have you heard?
But the
a little
first one
bit
I
of-
played, I got 4th place.
Have you heard a
Nice.
little bit of
I just-
controversy behind this?
The Blackout?
Well, about Call of Duty's online in general.
No.
So apparently during the beta, they were running better servers. I
was that
don't know
what
the
that was?
technical term, but the hertz, it was like 60 hertz servers or something like that. And now they reverted them all back since the game launches to 20 hertz, like way less. So like it's completely different. And it wasn't the game that people played during the beta. It's
See, I thought
all
it was
because
the
of
other way around.
cost.
That they're doing
No.
better. They're doing
No,
worse.
they're doing worse. So like, yeah, people are really upset because they played the beta and they're like, this is a good product. We like this. We're gonna buy
Yeah.
it, and then they buy it,
Yeah,
and then they
that
say,
sounds like Activision.
and they scale back. And see, that's what I don't get is wouldn't you think at the launch of the game you would put the bulk of your money into the servers,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and say, and then look at the player count. And once your player count starts going down, then you can cheap a
Scale
little bit
back a
on
little
your
bit.
on your
Yeah.
servers.
yeah.
But I guess it's a big huge thing because it
Weird.
doesn't feel the same. The game doesn't feel the
Yeah.
same to people who
And they had issue with like
Expect
the hit detection and stuff like that already, right?
Yeah, but
So-
it's money. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's all about, they don't want to spend the money up front. I'd be like, dude, you guys, this is the best selling Call of Duty in the last
yeah.
so
In a
many
long
years.
time.
Well, it
Yeah.
was like it set records for digital
right.
sales too, but
And that's a huge margin for them.
yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
see, I was getting more excited too because I don't know if you listened to the latest Bombcast, but Gersman, who plays a lot of Call of Duty,
Sure.
was really hot on this one. Like the multiplayer was really nice. The Blackout mode's really good. And
Yeah.
I've been hearing obviously tons of love for Blackout.
Right.
I no one's gonna win me over on zombies anyway. Cause
I
can't.
haven't touched that yet.
No.
Right.
I might play the Titanic one just because I'm a fan of the
Well, yeah,
Titanic
Titanic,
stuff,
yeah.
but I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mark
Right.
was okay with everyone
I'm so
drowning.
glad it hit an iceberg and sank.
It's cool historically. That's what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
thinking,
It's that yes, I'm a fan of it. The history behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that Domination is really good. We played a lot of that.
Right.
That was fun.
I just don't have Plus right now, so
Oh
Yeah.
no,
I can't even start the game.
well that's right because
Because-
they cheaped out this year and didn't give us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't start the game because we have the digital deluxe package, and when I went to go start it, it like tries to redeem the items, but it won't let me completely start it. There's a glitch where if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you can't even get
Oh,
into
really?
like the main
Nice.
screen because of the redemption screen.
That's silly.
Yeah, so
That's dumb.
I can't
well.
even
Can't
get in and play it. But maybe wait till Black Friday, get some PlayStation Plus.
That's what I'm trying to hold out for
Yeah.
because like it's like I want to get Battlefield because obviously I like playing Battlefield a lot and all that, but it's like I got to get Plus, got to get Battlefield, and maybe I'll wait a little bit because what is that like later in November or
Speaking of Battlefield,
think
I'm
so,
I'm
yeah.
not sure you have it in your notes.
I've
for
got
the
it in
news or not. Okay.
I got it in there.
Otherwise, I'd bring it up now. But
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick
Yeah.
break and we'll get into it. All right, and we are back. So Battlefield, you were going to
You're
mention.
so color coordinated. I love it.
You were going to mention. I'm assuming Firestorm.
Firestorm
right?
is now spring of 2019.
March
March
specifically.
Okay.
Yeah. So they put out their plans for the kind of like content release, like their Tides of War and all this other stuff, and Firestorm was in there. And yeah, so Firestorm is March.
Is this something where my personal theory is that EA is going to be basically watching Blackout all this time, collecting not data but just listening and looking, and then refining Firestorm? Is it?
Yeah,
Firestorm based on what they see and hear about Blackout, maybe?
that's kind of what I was wondering, like your thoughts on that, like for you guys, because to me, I just don't think that they care about what Blackout is, because I feel
They've
like
got a campaign and
Right.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like they've already had like this big scale war stuff in play. Literally, the only thing, if they wanted to just do what Blackout and stuff is, all they would have to do is take your weapons out. And
that's
then make
true.
them
They've
pick
done
them up,
the
right?
32, yeah.
Well, like they do 64 players on the
64,
norm,
yeah.
Right.
so like
Less
upping that
vehicles.
count wouldn't be too insane. But like, I don't know. So like, part of me thinks, because I know objectives are going to be a part of their battle royale mode, and it's like, how do you balance it out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So my thought
That's a good
is
point.
maybe it's going to be, hey, get people into Tides of War and how this stuff works, and then give them the other thing when it's complete and done or whatever. But for me, it's like, I just want that mode to be more than just, hey, we made another battle royale. I want
Right.
to see a battle royale do something else.
I just think delaying it's gonna kind of push the momentum back
Agreed.
because that's what people want.
Yeah.
They don't want multiplayer. They don't want the single player campaign.
And part of me is like, hey, is this also to keep people in your game for longer?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think the Tides of War is a great idea.
Right.
It's how they're introducing maps and content and all that kind of stuff throughout time. So they keep you engaged in the game, which I think is incredibly smart.
Right.
But it's like, okay, like all of your progress ties into Firestorm,
Right.
regardless of where you're at. So I don't know. I'm just super curious about what this is. They should just show it so we can stop debating, I guess.
Right.
Gosh, I guess I should pull up the rest of the news here. So, first of all, there is an update to Puddlegate. Going back to Spider-Man here,
Puddlegate.
Good.
guys.
Oh goodness.
Watching that scene in the game and playing that particular part of the game, it looked fine. It looked
yeah,
good.
they moved the puddle.
It just didn't, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is great. So on top of adding a new game plus and all this kind of fun stuff, they added a filter in the game so you could add more puddles to every picture that you take in the game.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
So
Good on them.
yeah, I like that.
That's cool. That's fun trolling right there.
Oh yeah. So okay, got Battlefield. Talking about Puddlegate. Let's talk about Tomb Raider, Mark. Did you see this whole thing where they're bombing the games? Like people are just bombing this game's reviews.
Yes, but the reason they're bombing it is because they're mad because the price dropped so
Right.
quickly, and so they're giving the game, which is it's a really good game. It really is. It's a solid title. Had its issues, but people are intentionally giving the game bad scores because they're mad about the price drop so quickly, which it's irritating. Because I bought the Croft edition on day one for $90, and literally like less than a month later, like it was like 3 weeks later, it was like $20 off.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay,
we'll
yeah.
just make it work.
But that's any game though.
Yeah.
But to happen that quickly, that's definitely really irritating. So
Right.
But for people to do that, it's just kind of childish.
Oh, absolutely.
I
It's
think,
super dumb. Like,
so
I get that you're like, oh man, I just paid $60 and you're gonna drop the price, and it's like, well, that's the price you take for buying it day one and all that kind of stuff.
and
But also,
that's why I tell people
don't be stupid.
Yeah, I tell
Yeah.
people that, like, systems especially, like, oh, the price dropped after like a year. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Either you early
Play it now.
adopt and you have it right away and you play it and you enjoy it, or you wait a year and you pay less money, but that's a whole year of gaming on that system you've missed out on.
Yeah.
So,
That's everything
it's
in
a give and
technology.
take. It's what
Yeah.
would you
It
rather
just
save
gets
money?
cheaper
Exactly.
as time goes on.
Yeah.
If you're an early adopter, you pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that with PlayStation VR. It'd be bad for me to like complain that I bought PlayStation VR when it came out, and it was like $500, and now I can get it for like what, $250?
Yeah.
I'm mad, Sony. Give me my money back.
Where's my money?
Right.
Where's my money?
So I got it for free, so
I'm a little
Tomb Raider for free, so I can't complain.
I'm a
but-
little concerned because I think at this point for both 2013 and Rise, Square was already releasing numbers for the games, and there hasn't been anything at all about them yet.
Really?
Yeah.
So I have a feeling in my gut that this is going to be put on ice for a while.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't think it sold well.
Well,
Hmm.
it was a week after Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like a month before Red Dead.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
And the game still had some inherent issues that had to be patched, and they had to basically patch a patch.
Stinking trophies.
Yeah.
Come on.
So it's just
Give me my trophies.
I just
I need them.
hopefully if they come back later on, it'll be something deviating from this new reboot. But
Right.
I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, not to get up.
Maybe they'll kind of fuse like reboot and original together to make all the games again.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't
just
need to
just
remake, Tomb Raider 1
remake
again.
the first one. That'd be fantastic.
Which I mean, they did that though, right? Just I mean, on
Well,
360
they didn't
or
they didn't remake it per se. It was more of a well,
retelling.
remaster-ish kind of. It was anniversary on
Okay.
360. If you go back and play that now, it's super rough. It's not. Yeah, it's not great. So
How many bullets does a tiger take in that game? Because holy cow, and 2 is a lot. So let's talk about. Let's see. We got Sony here. Has got one little thing. Changing PSN names. You guys seen that? Apparently,
Might
this
be
is
some
gonna be-
consequences.
now it's
Yeah,
like,
what's up with that?
Yeah.
It's like you can't access.
Well,
half
because
the
some
stuff.
some of the games don't support it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Well, no, I think it was more
Weird.
like if you change the name, you lose access to some of your downloads,
Some of your some of your
things
progress
like
in
that.
online
Progress,
games.
yeah, stuff like that
Right.
Oh,
too.
goodness.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
Sony.
What
just
happened with
get
the PS3 and stuff where this got so
right.
weird?
Yeah. I just gonna keep my name. So.
Yeah, I got no reason to change it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't start with a terrible name.
Right.
420 Monster XX
69.
Sweet guy. Yeah, 69. That's all I really had to say on that, I suppose. But
I'm
few-
sure they'll work that out because it's still in the beta phase
Right.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now for it. So hopefully they'll get that ironed out before it actually goes.
I would hope so.
Because that's
Yeah.
definitely that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, I had a few things on here for them. A couple good things actually. They're prototyping controllers for mobile, which goes back to what we were talking about last week with them doing all their streaming service stuff and them
Yeah.
talking about going to tablets and every device and all that. So that's kind of cool. Maybe they'll help me. You know what? I was thinking about this. This is a little off topic, but games on my iPad used to be way cooler. Like full-on third-person shooters, not
Yeah.
like mobile style. Like, oh, you can play this for 2 minutes and you're gonna give me $1.
Yeah.
It's crap like that. I don't know. Just saying.
I will give it to Microsoft innovation-wise. They're doing a really good job. They really are.
Yeah.
They had that
Adaptive.
adaptive
Yep.
controller. Xbox One X is becoming to now finally show what it can really do.
Mm-hmm.
Red Dead in this case, because it took about a year for developers to get their hands around it and kind of know what's going on. But they're doing some good stuff out there. So
And they're also the one thing I think was really good on them was Game Pass, and they've done some good deals with that. And now they're trying to bring it to PC.
yeah,
So that's the other kind of cool news. Is like that's a smart move, I think, because in my mind, Microsoft is like one step away from just making a PC in a box that you hook up to your TV. Because I mean, why?
maybe that's what Scarlet's going to be.
Yeah, and I think that's the argument. Is like I always talk to customers or guests about this and say like, if you have a gaming PC, you don't need to buy an Xbox One.
Not at all.
Because you can just buy PS4, play all the exclusives there,
Yeah.
and then on your PC you can play all the exclusives on Xbox One.
Yep, every single
Because
one of them almost.
That's the only that's
Yeah.
where you can play them. So it's kind of a bummer on their part that they did that because that's good, but it also kind of hurts their sales, I think, on systems.
Right. And like the Xbox One X, I thought that was going to be it. Like that was going to be hey, we're going to make a PC.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe next time
Yep.
in 3 years or whatever it is. And let's see. A couple Switch ones I had on here was Resident Evil 0,
Yeah,
and Resident Evil 4 all coming to Switch, which is
Resident Evil
awesome.
4.
Yeah. Why not? It's becoming Skyrim here.
And these are full feature games, not streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're full. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will say that like,
Is that
speaking of
is that a
Switch
pack
games,
or is that like piecemeal?
I think it's piecemeal, but they haven't really said like anything about it. They just
Portable
said
Resident
they're
Evil
coming.
4 would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of games that are like the World of Final Fantasy port that's coming out, Maxima, no physical retail release. I was like, why? It's so weird. It's probably because of cartridges, I'm sure. Like the sizes and the payment for it or whatever.
Right.
But,
Those
and then
pesky cartridges.
the other thing I had down here was just apparently Sega is close to the possibility of bringing Dreamcast games to the Switch. It's kind of crazy. So like imagine you can get those as virtual consoles.
Let's make some crazy money.
Some crazy taxi money.
Yeah.
Dude, Crazy Taxi,
Jet Set Grind, or
Zombie
Jet Set Grind?
Revenge,
Jet Set, yeah.
Sega GT.
Yeah.
Sega GT would be good. Yeah.
Does the
Jet Grind.
soul still burn?
Yeah.
You could get I was gonna say Sonic. I didn't want to say that. That's not a real thing I want. You get what's that fighting? Dynamite Cop.
Dynamite Cop.
And you can get
Blue Stinger.
I'm on vacation.
How about Seaman?
You could
I
get
am
Rival
Leonard
Schools.
Nimoy.
Rival Schools would be so good.
Was Rival Schools on Dreamcast?
Yeah. That's where I play it.
Like, legit play? Because I thought it was just PS1.
No, it was on Dreamcast.
Was it?
That's
Okay,
where
no.
That's where I played.
Maybe maybe in Japan it was on. Was it?
I don't know. I
Oh,
mean, I know I played an actual disc of it with Jake,
Okay, it probably
So
was.
I-
I just
and that's what
because
I'm.
most of those 2D fighters run.
That's how I have it on my main cabinet is through an emulator on the
Yeah,
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast,
So
Right.
Okay.
because the one on the actual MAME doesn't run well. Like
Yeah.
any Naomi ROM runs like complete garbage. It sucks. That's all I really had though. Like the news is here and all that fun stuff, but really the big thing this month is it's Red Dead. Halloween. It's upon us.
Yeah.
Get that candy.
Get that candy, boy.
And we haven't brought up wrestling in a while, but
That's true.
I mean,
Oh man.
our boy Roman Reigns stepped
Yep.
down and made his
Something else about it
departure.
over there?
The Boston Red Sox just won the World Series.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Spoiler alert.
They ran that one because what was it
Daily.
like 4-1?
4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. They just won.
Who are they playing?
ESPN just broke it. Dodgers, LA Dodgers,
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. But yeah,
I only
Man.
know the Mariners because I love Nintendo.
That
so
sucks
much.
though.
There you
The
go.
LA was in back-to-back World Series. They ran last year too
Yep.
against Houston,
Houston,
and they
yep,
lost
lost.
that. They lost that one too.
yeah.
And here I thought Mark was just getting text from his wife or something.
No, she's sleeping. She's not. She's
Taking
not
the
feeling
scores.
well now. So
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, we all were going through that.
yeah,
But yeah.
Benny had it. Now she has it, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get it eventually. So
super sad. I mean,
Yeah, the
hopefully
Roman
he
Reigns
comes
stuff,
back
yeah.
and just does it. I mean, like you were saying, it sucks to be the people that were booing him.
that's the thing.
Man.
Like he was,
Ah.
how bad did they feel 5 seconds after he
Right.
started to speak?
Well, like
You know,
even
and-
think about it too. So, like, if for those who don't know, Roman Reigns came out. So, like, okay, so he comes out, and the announcers are like, "Roman Reigns got the big match. He's gonna whoop face. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get this pay-per-view. WWE Network. Roman Reigns.
Check it
And
out.
he's
Like,
like-
$10 a month.
yeah, and then he's like, "My name's Bill. What do you say his name?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, my name's Joe.
Yeah, his name is Joe. And
But you could tell when he said that. You could hear the crowd like
yeah, like when
they,
you
they
when you
knew
break,
they knew something was coming
he was
because
breaking
when you break
character.
kayfabe or
Yeah.
kayfabe,
Yeah.
kayfabe, yeah.
But like it's he comes out and he goes, "I've been battling
Leukemia.
leukemia for 11 years and it came back," and everyone's like,
Oh,
crap.
Man.
And I almost lost it when so his Shield guys came out and you had
And
Dean
Seth
Ambrose
was
and
crying.
Seth.
Yeah.
Seth couldn't hold it together.
It was pretty rough.
And then they get to Corey Graves, and Corey Graves is barely holding on
Yeah.
at all. Like, oh man, that was hard to watch.
Did you
Wow.
watch the main event from that Raw?
Yeah, you could tell.
So you saw what happened in the end, right?
You could tell Dean like didn't want to do it.
No, he didn't.
Still, like
No, he didn't.
He didn't want to go, but the storyline was set. It was ready.
Right.
That's what had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what a bummer day to have to do it. Like, my best friend's maybe gonna
And they're-
die.
and I
Gotta
found
be
it-
against him.
yeah.
I'm like, why are they putting him through the crowd? Like that's a little risky.
For Dean.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
you got some crazy fan like starting to attack him because he turned on Seth, on the night Roman announced he had leukemia and but there's always that part too where because I was actually someone called me at work about it, and that first instance in your head you're like, oh, this is This is a work.
I just don't think they
Yeah,
could do
but-
that in the
yeah, I
PG
don't
era.
think-
That's what I'm saying.
No
Like
way.
back in the
Yeah.
Attitude Era, they would have totally done that.
Well, yeah, because they were like, with
Totally
that dude.
done
What was it? The affair with the guy's wife or something. And it was
Oh,
just,
dude, it was like,
Well, Triple H like
Yeah.
drugged Stephanie.
Stephanie, but it's like
Yeah.
there was
marriage.
there was an angle where Vince was supposed to have an affair with his daughter,
Oh,
and like
goodness.
Lynn
Oh, my
McMahon was
goodness.
cheating on Vince, and Vince was
Yeah.
cheating on Linda with like Stacy Keibler and Tori
They went
Wilson.
full on
and-
soap
oh,
opera,
it
but in the
was
weirdest
it
ways.
got crazy,
but
but this was definitely not.
yeah,
It's
That's the
hopefully
thing.
he. But like I told you, like I texted you, when he comes back healthy again, he will be over the moon.
Oh, yeah.
As far as being over with the crowd, like people are gonna go crazy.
The real question is,
over this
though,
guy.
will they call him Joe?
I don't know.
So
They
Oos,
might have to now.
Oos must mean family or something.
Yeah.
Then, right? Okay.
Yep.
Because
the
even
Usos
Corey
are
was
his,
calling him
his,
Oos.
his cousins.
Yeah.
And he's like related to The Rock too somehow.
Yeah, it's
like
like his
they're all like
nephew or
Rikishi
something.
is like The Rock's or uncle, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Or no, Rikishi is the Usos' dad,
Yeah. I
right?
think that's
Aren't
right.
they? Yeah, they're all one.
All the
big-
Samoans. Because even is Nia Jax related to them too, or is she just
I think
Samoan?
somehow. I don't know.
Okay.
But I think it even goes back to
Wrestling.
like the old '80s with like Haku and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he was all those guys too. So
I forgot I was wearing this hat for a minute there. I forgot because it's not really me.
yeah,
It's
he
Mario.
used to throw it at stuff and
Yeah.
yeah.
Wrestling.
Sad moment in wrestling.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm way behind though.
I felt bad because I was kind of. I mean, I've been rooting against Reigns for a while.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody has.
yeah.
But now your boy might get a belt.
I know, it's
he
all
might
right.
get a belt.
That's
Yeah,
that's
so
the
they're
one
not even
thing.
gonna.
That's
They're
what I
not even
want.
doing it now. It's just Braun and
Yeah.
Brock.
Brock. Yeah.
There's no way they'll give it back to Brock. It has to be
No,
Braun.
I hope not.
Yeah, when you have Paul Heyman out there rooting for Roman Reigns too, like that's.
Well,
a big
he's like
deal.
on
Yeah.
creative now. Apparently,
Yeah,
like he's one of the head guys now
I'd imagine
on the
I'm
creative
sure, yeah.
team.
Hmm.
And that's like that video I sent you guys of people in the back hanging out with Roman.
Yeah.
That was like in the little
The creative area.
like the cool booth. Yeah, where they like, that's where they sit and like
yeah,
Vince and Triple H will actually tell the announcers what to say or give them like say this, say it again, say it with more,
oh okay.
you know, and that's just what they do back there.
Right.
So, but apparently
Corey, shut your mouth.
Triple does. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
Corey.
Because like if you go back and listen to like some of the older retired guys that they do all those like shoot YouTube interviews, they talk about like how much of an a-hole Vince was on that microphone. Like he's like screaming at like JR and stuff, and like
Jeez.
he's always yelling at me and saying I said it wrong and say it better, and you know. So.
It's my show. This is my show. I built this show from the ground up.
But there's a guy now on YouTube. His channel is called Attitude Pop.
Okay.
I don't know where his source is coming from. He might be pulling directly from the network, but super high quality like segments on YouTube, like amazing quality. I like all these great Attitude Era videos.
Really?
There's tons to watch. It's really good.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look into.
But you
that.
go back there and like Vince just looks so young, and
Yeah.
Stone Cold was just so over. Like, it was crazy. I was actually watching one video where it was something where basically Vince wouldn't let Stone Cold wrestle for the belt, and then Vince got a it was so corny. He got like a thing from a judge saying that hey, this contract is binding and legal. And so he has this in his back pocket. He pulls a piece of paper out, and the crowd knows what he's gonna say because it means he'll get a title shot.
Mhm.
And the crowd's like going bananas, and he pulls this piece of paper out. And one of the comments on that video was, nowadays, or he said something like, back then when a piece of paper got a louder pop than the whole roster does now. Like it's true.
Yeah,
they were going.
absolutely.
I mean, anytime that glass broke, people were like just. It was pandemonium.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And
when that goes back to what I
those
say about
heights,
theme songs.
Those
man.
heights will never be there again. They'll never hit that again.
no, it's
they
gonna be
never.
hard.
They won't.
But like
So-
the theme songs need to have a punch right,
Right,
when it
yeah.
because like Brock Lesnar has a decent one
Like
where
the guitar.
but it's like it's not a punch, you know. Like when even John Cena's, it's always the boom boom. Like, okay, you should start with the or something. But
The lead up.
like no one has a big pop to the beginning of their song anymore like it used to be. Like that glass breaking was
Yeah.
a big deal. Like
But Stone Cold had one. Triple H had one. Goldberg had one.
yeah.
Even like Hogan had one. It's just.
What was Hogan's song after? I mean, because I just remember
Well,
I am a real.
Well, that was a real American.
American.
Then he had Voodoo Child by
What was Voodoo Child?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
That was NWO Hollywood. He came out to that,
Right.
Because Turner could spend all the money on the rights to use all these songs. So, but yeah, that's a great channel if you're into wrestling stuff and want to check it out.
What is it? What is it called?
That's Attitude Pop.
Attitude Pop. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
the best quality videos on YouTube right now, bar none. So.
Oh,
But yeah, just some of those comments though were just they're really funny looking back to the old days. So, yeah.
Well, fantastic.
I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway,
We fit in the wrestling somehow.
except Stone Cold's Disturbed version, that was terrible.
Oh yeah, no, that was
awful. Get rid of it. That was like awful.
They're all coming back. All the wrestlers are coming back.
He could come back now, like
Yeah.
he's in his like early 60s, Stone Cold, and he would still get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, half the people would be like, "Who's this guy?" But he'd still be more over than
his,
anybody.
His thing at WrestleMania was a year or 2 years ago. Not so great though.
Yeah, I mean, as the
I mean, it wasn't his
as
fault.
the fans are growing up.
Yeah.
They grew up during John Cena and
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and stuff like that. They're not going to know a lot of these.
I apparently need to go back and see John Cena's new finishing move where he kind of punches a guy. I don't know. We'll
well.
see.
He gives him a hug.
Anywho,
Yeah.
Just gives him a hug.
Just gives him a big old check.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I'm going to make your wish come true. Anyway, that's going to do it here. It's good to be back. We took that week off because apparently half of us were dying. I
the
don't know about
plague
you,
was going
but-
around.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't. I was like losing my voice a few days after that, so it was good that I took the time off. Because otherwise, the whole podcast would have been like this.
Ooh, sexy.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have done it. But that's going to do it for us here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And we'll see you on the next level.
Yep.
See you.
Yeah, sorry, Mark.
What? Oh, that's okay.